Hey guys, GhostXP here. I just want to thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers! Okay, on the grand scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal, but it is a big deal to me. But seriously, I am very thankful for all the support you guys have given me. But hey, 1,000 is just a number, and there's no signs of me slowing down. Also, I was actually planning on doing a 1,000 sub special song, which was going to be Matchy Invades Equestria Part 2. If you remember a while back, I did a 200 sub special called Matchy Invades Equestria, and I was going to do a continuation of that, but it's taking a little longer than expected, and a few things came up that will be dividing my attention, so that might not be out for a while, but that is another thing that will come out eventually. So I actually recorded this vlog a few times because the first time it was just me talking about myself for like 10 minutes. I managed to shorten that down to 5 minutes, but then I realized I just hate listening to myself, talking about myself. So I want to make this about you guys, so I decided to compile a list of my top 10 most memorable comments. And these aren't all from YouTube. Some of these are from SoundCloud and also from Equestria Daily. And yeah, pretty much the only rule I set for it is only one comment per person. So sorry, McKenzie. And coming in at number 10 is Talguy21. And this was on my release of my first album on this channel, Battle, Dazzling's Tribute. And that album like took a lot out of me. Like I was obsessing over that album for like 3 months, and when I finally released it, I was just anxious to see how people would receive it, and almost immediately Talguy responded to it, and it reassured me that my efforts weren't wasted, that somebody appreciated my work. So thanks a lot, Talguy21. The comment reads, "Since Rainbow Rocks came out, I've been waiting for an artist to do something like this. Something epic to give the Dazzlings a remix or music suite befitting their awesomeness. I'm happy to say that my search is over. This album gave me chills. Keep up the great work, Ghost. Here's to the next tune." And coming in at number 9 is Spirit Radio, and this was actually on SoundCloud 4 years ago. The comment reads, I just made a SoundCloud account to tell you how brilliant I think this song is. The syncopated reverb, the strokes bass line, that addicting chiptune melody. Dude, you're great. Now you may recall I recently uploaded a song called Triumph at Last, and this was actually a remaster of my very first Brony song, which was a song that I submitted to the second Bronies for Good charity album, and this was actually my very first contribution to the Brony community. And at the time, I didn't really market myself. I only posted my stuff on SoundCloud. I didn't submit anything to Equestria Daily, so even though I had songs on the charity albums, no one really knew about me. So having someone go out of their way to comment on my song and let them know that they appreciated it, it really meant a lot to me at the time. And coming in at number 8 is Gimli HJ, and this is actually the most recent comment on this list. And this was on the video for my remix of Luna's Mantra. The comment reads, "I must admit, at first I was skeptical of how the song was going to sound. I already have several remixes and orchestral versions of Luna's Future, so I wasn't planning on saving it. Let's just say all that changed. Even though it was just a string and choir, I can feel the emotion and impact throughout the entire piece. Bravo, Ghost, this will end up in my music library." Now, the reason I like this one is because I do try to set myself apart. Like, one of the reasons why it took me so long to do a remix of Luna's Future was at the time, it's a pretty popular song. Like, a lot of people were already doing remixes of it, and I just couldn't figure out a way for me to do it in a more unique way. But then I realized that I can probably do something with solo strings and choir and just give it a more like goth and dark feeling. A lot of people mentioned that the song kind of has a Dark Souls vibe to it, which I can definitely see. And that's one of the reasons why I don't do too many remixes on this channel, is because I kind of want to take my time with them, and I try to do something unique with them, something that no one else has done. I actually do have some remixes planned for the future. Not gonna announce those quite yet, but hope you look forward to those. And coming at number 7 is Knights of the Wired, and this was on my song Endless Faith. The comment reads, "Your songs are a breath of fresh air in the fandom, man. Great job." Now this comment's pretty short, but it stood out to me because, as I mentioned previously, I do go the extra mile to make sure I do something that no one else has done. And to a certain extent with each song, I do try to do something new. I try to push my boundaries, so to speak. But anyways, thank you, Knights of the Wired, for the comment. And coming in 6th place is Connery Pony, also on my song Endless Faith. I definitely think Endless Faith is one of my better songs, and I think it shows because I got a lot of positive feedback on that one. And the comment reads, "Pretty dang epic, mate. This is a great example of fine talent still kicking within the ranks of Pony. Keep up the great work and keep pumping out amazing pieces." Now I really like this one because, well, pretty much ever since I started making music in the fandom, people have been saying that the Brony fandom is dying or it's slowing down. And to tell you the truth, it is kind of slowing down, but I don't care because I love the show, I love the community, and I love the support. I just love doing what I do, and it's great to hear positive feedback like this, and I don't really know if there's anything else I can say about it except that it appeals to my ego. And coming in 5th place is And No One Driving, and this was on my video Piano Improv in C Major, and this was a short piano improv I performed to footage of a hike I went on during summer with my friend of mine, and the comment reads, "I absolutely adore your talent for piano. You understand its feel, language, and capabilities better than most composers and performers I know. Also, that looks like it was a gorgeous, fun hike. Very jealous." It's nice to hear positive feedback about my skills on the piano. Now, piano improvs are something I really like doing. A lot of times I don't record my piano improvs because, if I'm feeling stressed out or something where I just have an idea I want to flesh out, I'll just start playing. And it's a really relaxing experience to be able to play in piano improvs. But anyways, it's really nice to hear that someone appreciates my efforts on the piano. I'm still practicing. I practice every day. Hopefully you'll be able to hear the fruits of that labor soon. And No One Driving is a musician that I actually respect quite a lot myself. Earlier this year, he posted a song that's still one of my favorite songs in the fandom. However, it's since become unlisted. I'm not sure if he wants me to mention that, but I'm going to mention it anyways because I think that song was really awesome. But I do respect his wishes to unlist the song, and I've already told you this and No One Driving, but I thought that song was amazing, and I do look forward to hearing more music from you. And here's a funny little story. I actually commented on one of his videos and said I was very jealous of him because of his music scene, because he's always posting short videos that he recorded at music events. And there's like no music events where I live because I kind of live in a secluded area. But yeah, I think it's kind of funny that we're both jealous of each other for some reason. And coming in 4th place is Squall. And this was posted on an album preview of a personal album that I've been working on. And the comment reads, "Always make music you feel genuine to. No use in producing something creative that you don't have your full heart in to do. I'm sure this sadder album will reflect so much more feeling. No pressure plus Oasis really did stir such depth in me. Keep doing what you want." Well, it's really nice to hear from people to just do what you want. Because sometimes artists get in this awkward place where they're not really sure what they want to make is what their fans want to see. So it's just really nice for someone to tell you that you should just make what you feel genuine, and that's really something I try to push on my channel and for all the music that I make, is that everything I make is genuine, that I'm not just doing something for the sake of views, that I'm just honestly trying to do something that will make people happy and something that they'll appreciate. And I really hope that comes through. And it's just really nice to hear feedback that confirms that. Regarding that album, it was an album that I started about a year ago, and it was some music that I wrote during a period of depression. And I'm a very spur of the moment kind of person. Like whatever I'm inspired by at the moment is the kind of music I make. And I guess it's probably a good thing, but I haven't really been depressed since then, so I haven't made too much progress on that album. But I do feel like I have an important message in that idea. So it is still something I'm planning on doing, but it's just also something that I really want to take my time with. So yeah. And coming in 3rd place is McKenzie. And I'm pretty sure many of you already know who McKenzie is. He has been an avid supporter of my music pretty much since the beginning of my channel, and he's also an avid supporter of Brony music in general. I'm sure I speak for many musicians when I say that we really appreciate the positive feedback that McKenzie is very generous with, and it's just really great having someone like him in the fandom. But anyways, this comment is pretty long, so I'm just gonna read the first bit. "I love Calmlands. What's with the raccoon? Ah, this is so cute. I didn't picture you like the shy type. This is surprising, but cute. Always download my favorite pony music, and right now my MLP music folder is 73 gigabytes and 6,352 files in it. I appreciate a whole lot of pony music. Music is everything for me. Anyways, I may not always pay for tracks simply because I cannot. I have a professional situation to sort out myself, but I always download the tracks that I especially like, one way or another, and take them with me on my 160 gigabyte iPod. Yeah, that's why it's important for me to have a high capacity MP3 player. I hope that iPod will last for a while because that 160 gigabyte model has been discontinued now. Anyways, I currently have, quick search, 16 tracks from you saved. I may not listen to them every day, but I'm often thinking about you and I consider you one of my favorite pony musicians. I really care about your music and about you as a fellow Brony. You don't know how much love I feel for y'all." And that's where I'll stop. You can read the rest if you want. But yeah, once again, thanks a lot McKenzie for your avid support. And coming in 2nd place is Well, I'm not going to mention the name of this person because I'm not exactly sure if they would want their name to be mentioned. This was actually on Equestria Daily when my song No Pressure plus Oasis was spotlighted, which I was very grateful for. And this is the kind of comment that I'm sure many musicians wish they would get, and I'm just so glad that I was able to create a song that was able to touch someone, because that song's probably my most honest and my most vulnerable song that I've ever posted on my channel, because at the time I was kind of in a dark depression, and so that song was just kind of what I was feeling at the time. And I did get a lot of positive feedback on that song, and it really means a lot to me to hear feedback like this, that I'm able to create music that is able to touch people, because that's why I do this. But anyways, I'll read the comment to you. There's some spelling and grammar mistakes in this, but I'll try to get through it. Thanks so much for this post. I'm really going through some stressful moments right now, and I feel like I'm going to break. So this piece by GhostXP has helped me so much. I sadly can't comment on their video to tell them this directly, but I hope they see this and know that their piece meant so much to me. The emotional dedication and each note express all of the rolling emotions and struggle with each keystroke. Its utter rawness, humaniness, and the violin adds that natural cliched sadness, yet graceful and peace as well. As you delve further into the song, the static and the electric guitar, or so I presume it to be, becomes prominent, adding to the natural feel and the blurred struggle and thoughts as you delve on an emotional journey. Then the song cuts off with a gut-pulling finale as the apparent scream of something is followed by drum beats and the final rhythm to its fade. Oasis begins with a slow piano that changes in pace at random moments, as you get the sense that the emotions are coming out in either rage or sorrow, like a child slamming keys, and they are beginning to reawaken from the state if darkness has enveloped them. The slow scale down from the high to middle range notes gives this angelic emotion, and yet at the same time the sense that tears are each note falling till they stop with silence before the music begins again. Then we break again into this string of notes with no sense of direction, just emotion. In the description of the video, you can read on how Ghost tried to rewrite this portion because every time they tried, it did not convey the emotion they wanted and ended up keeping the original. From there, we switch tones to a more solemn approach as notes become longer and away from the higher scales. Chords are held out as if each chord is a breath as they relax their body in and out. In some ways, the notes come to control my breath at this part of the piece, my emotional connection relaxing myself as I listen to the rhythm of the piano lungs. With the final notes, a fading of emotion as sadness sinks away and the song fades into the white silence of the aftermath of the battle. As you think it's over, the rushing water and the end thank yous roll on until the video ends, and the final hum of the bidding violins and the piano strums fade away to the end. An amazing piece, and I wish I could tell this directly to Ghost. However, I am not allowed to comment on YouTube for personal reasons and cannot. If anyone could please share this with the composer and tell them it's from on Equestria Daily, I would be most appreciated. I can't say I'm any expert on music, but this piece subtly is amazing. Thank you for taking the time to read this. I know I went a bit crazy, but the piece truly is wonderful. Good night for now, and thank you Ghost for my stress relief. Sincerely, blank. That was definitely a mouthful to get through, but it is one of my most cherished comments, and I'd really like to thank the person who wrote it for taking the time to let me know. And moving on to my number one comment. Now that last one might seem like a pretty tough act to follow, however, I do have some pretty good reasons to consider this next one my number one comment. And my number one comment is from Wubcake. And the comment is, need an Adagio VA in the future? Now this seems like a pretty simple comment, however it's very memorable to me for everything that happened after that. Now this was posted on my video A Siren's Call Part 1, which was the first song on my Dazzling's tribute album, and to see this you'll actually have to scroll down to the very bottom of my YouTube channel. And this video was posted right around the time when I decided that I was going to start taking my music a bit more seriously and I was going to try to build an audience on YouTube. And at the time I probably had like less than 50 subscribers. No one really knew about me at the time. I was pretty much a ghost, quite literally. Despite this, however, Wubcake did offer me her talent and I was just super thrilled to have her. And she didn't even ask for anything in return. Wubcake is an amazing person and this was just a really great opportunity to get to know her. And she's always a blast to work with. As you may know, she also performed vocals on my remix of Unleash the Magic. In fact, if you go to my channel, you'll see that she's been involved in 2 of my most popular uploads. But anyways, Wubcake, if you're watching this, thank you so much for everything you've done for me and everything you continue to do for me. Speaking of which, for those of you who don't know, I'm actually working on 2 more Dazzling songs with Wubcake. One of them is called Sonata You're the Worst, and this is just a funny punk song between Aria and Sonata. In fact, I'll show you a sketch of the artwork that I commissioned for it because I think it's awesome. I literally burst out with laughter when I first saw this. I think it's just perfect. And this is actually by the artist Joey Bean. I think that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, he did an amazing job on this. You'll see the full version of this artwork when I actually release the song. Also, that bass guitar looks rather similar to Serial the Wolf's bass. I wonder why that is. Another song I'm currently working on with Webcake is An Open Door. Now, I did mention this song in a previous video. I'm not going to dive into details too much. I'll probably link to that video if you want to see it. But in that video, I did mention that I had 2 singers, Webcake and Chi Chi, and I was looking for a 3rd singer. I did find a 3rd singer since then, and the 3rd singer is Miss Shella. I'm super pleased to have her on board. And yeah, so now I finally have all 3 singers that I need to finish the project. Still might be maybe another month before that comes out. Not sure, we'll see how things pan out. Same thing for Sonata You're the Worst, might be another few weeks before that comes out. But I do have some songs planned for the next few weeks that I hope you guys are looking forward to. But yeah, that was my top 10 comments list. I hope you guys liked it. And yes, please keep commenting. I do look forward to your guys' comments. I do try to respond to as many as I can. Thank you guys so much for the support, and thanks for watching this video.